and welcome to another episode of Seattle to Unknown. I'm Sarah.
I'm Mellinda.
And this is a travel podcast.
Sorta.
It's a quarantine imaginary travel podcast.
Oh, this is the podcast that helps you prepare for the year without a pandemic, Charlie Brown.
That's my least favorite of the Peanuts movies.
A little too relevant?
It's a little too close to home.
Yeah. One day we'll travel again. It may be short adventures to the grocery store in the meantime, but I don't know, pretend it's a European grocery store or a Australian grocery store and pick out a new candy you haven't tried.
And carry around a baguette while wearing a beret.
And your stripy shirt.
Exactly.
Yep. Ooh, maybe that's what we need to do.
Cosplay shopping.
No, we'll just dress up for our recordings. This is my outfit I'd wear in such and such place.
I am wearing travel pants right now, so it's almost like I'm traveling.
I am not.
Oh, well.
I'm just in lounge shorts. I was just gonna say I didn't have pants on, because it's true, they're shorts, but I guess I'll be more specific and say I'm just in lounge shorts. Because I'm lazy.
Well, I think this is the proper time for laziness.
Yeah, to an extent.
So, while we cannot travel at the moment, what we can do is read people's interesting takes on different travel destinations.
I want to know who these people are for some of the reviews.
I know. I feel like there should be an option to, get some more background on these people to find out if you think their opinion matters.
What actually brings them joy?
So, if you haven't gathered, what we are going to do today is look at the 1-star reviews for, I can't tell what's on your list, but I went for some pretty big, tourist destinations.
Same. Iconic places.
And, we filtered them for their 1-star reviews, and, we found some good stuff.
I was actually impressed by the amount of 1-star reviews that some of these places had.
Yeah, I know not every travel destination appeals to everyone, and there's always going to be those people who are like, you went to this place? Oh, how blasé. That's only for, tourists. Ugh.
But these are people that chose to go to these destinations and just were severely let down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Someone didn't tell them what this actually was. I don't know.
My favorites are the ones where it says they only have, this is their only review they've ever made on TripAdvisor or Yelp. You're like, really? This place pissed you off so much that you had to sign up for Yelp to leave a review?
Don't usually do reviews, but... So,
do you want to kick us off, or should I?
I'll start.
Okay.
I decided to go local. This one's called Disgusting. That's the title of the review.
Okay.
Any thoughts of what would be disgusting in the Seattle area, Sarah?
I have no idea. Why don't you tell me?
It's the gum wall at Pike Place Market. But I love the fact that they didn't even get, the title of their review right. They spelt it wrong. But then their review is this. This is not nice at all. It smelled disgustingly sweet, and there was a load of wasps buzzing around. There were a load of Instagram chumps taking ridiculous pouting selfies in front of this wall of human waste. Do yourself a favor and walk around this. I'm surprised Pike Market or whoever runs the street haven't cleaned it all off.
Do they know what human waste is?
No. And do they know what bubblegum smells like?
Wow.
So angry.
So for my first review, I went to a landmark that you either love or you think is stupid as hell, and that is the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
There's no in between. Either you think it is the symbol of love in the world, or you think it is a useless hunk of metal.
Oh, I kind of thought it of the symbol of Paris, but okay.
Well, Jacob W. from Cleveland, Ohio says, shit's whack. Overrated. Would not recommend. The tower across the street is way cooler.
What's the tower across the street? I actually don't know.
I have zero idea what he's referencing.
Did they get, their towers mixed up? He was looking at a radio tower and turned around and saw the Eiffel Tower, but thought it was the other way?
Well, the thing is the Eiffel Tower is one of, if not the tallest structure in Paris, because the ground in Paris can't support tall structures. So I have zero idea what he's talking about.
Same.
Theoretically, I don't know. I've been up the Eiffel Tower several times. I still don't know what tower he's talking about. But okay, Jacob W. This is his only review.
That's our only review. So angry at Paris, I had to write about it.
Actually, I have a second Eiffel Tower one.
Oh, wait. I have a second gum wall one. So let me do my gum wall. Yeah, I got a little bit of hometown because I thought that'd be fun to start. This one goes, this wall is at the entrance entrance of Pike's Place Market, so it is not out of the way if you want to see it. But really, why would anyone want to see gum stuck on a wall? And of course, it's on the ground too. It didn't look at all like the picture either. We thought it was just kind of icky.
I mean, that's not wholly wrong. It is kind of icky.
But, like, what pictures are they looking at? I mean, it is kind of gross, honestly. And they did clean it off, and it's been re-gummed. What are you expecting? Like, this romantic gum hallway?
It's not like... I mean, it is what it says it is. It's a wall covered in gum. There's no false advertisement. It's gross. That's kind of the point.
And they also called it Pike's Place Market.
Ugh. Shun
yeah.
them. I bet they also own an umbrella.
I bet they brought that umbrella to the market.
Disgusting. That's more disgusting than the wall itself.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. What's your next Eiffel Tower review?
This is one of the reviews. Like, there's a couple different genres of bad reviews. There's, like, the vague, but I hate it. There's the oddly specific, weird reason for hating it. There's the, oh my god, it's crowded. And then there's the, it's my own damn fault.
Uh-oh, which one is this one?
It's my own damn fault.
They were told they couldn't climb it.
No. This person has 2 reviews. The other one is also about Paris.
Wow, this was a bad trip for them.
Okay, there's no title. It just says, this is not a review of the tower, but of the security outside the tower. I forgot to take my Swiss Army knife out of my bag before going through the initial security, but when they didn't tell me that I couldn't bring it in until I had already waited in the line and bought my tickets. Then I had to go put the knife somewhere outside and go through both security lines again before getting to the tower. I was not surprised to find that my knife had been stolen when I got back after the tower. If you're going through security, make it actually secure, and remind me that if I have a knife in my bag before waiting in multiple long lines. Otherwise, it's a waste of my time, a waste of security staff members, and a waste of space.
Ooh, a waste of space.
Like,
in this day and age, you should know that you probably shouldn't be bringing a knife to any major structural tourist thing. You know what I mean? Like, anything major, you probably shouldn't have a knife.
It doesn't take a PhD to know that you shouldn't bring a knife through security.
Apparently it does. And it is a waste of space.
Waste of space? I can't believe somebody stole it after I left it outside on the ground.
How dare they not remind me to take it out of my backpack?
Yeah, I mean...
Come on.
Like I said, it falls firmly in the it's your own damn fault genre.
Yes, it does.
Like, if you need somebody to stand outside in line remind you not to bring a weapon inside, like, you've already lost the game.
You already have a waste of space.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been for a candy bar instead, but no.
Exactly.
I don't know what the waste of space is referring to in all this, but I just think it's funny. Okay. Speaking about space.
Ooh, do you have a review of the space station?
Oh, no. That would have been interesting to find, though. I have one for the Space Needle. This is my last local one. It's short and sweet, and this reviewer says, unless they have done it up since I was there, it was very disappointing. It's like an old rundown circus.
I have that one on my list, too.
It's just like womp womp.
I don't understand what part of it is circus-like. Like, what are they alluding to?
It's round and it moves. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm just picturing them going up there and be like, ugh, these monkeys are terrible. Like, I'm picturing, like, little monkeys and fezzes and lions that are kind of bored looking.
I don't know. Yeah. The fact that it's a circus. Okay. Don't understand, but okay.
I want to ask these people follow-up questions. Can you elaborate further, please?
In what ways did it feel like a circus to you?
Was your popcorn stale?
Do they have popcorn?
At circuses? Yeah.
Oh, I meant at the Space Needle.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just trying to figure out how those two things are similar. Like, how?
The bearded lady was very disappointing.
And she told me to stop calling her the bearded lady.
Yeah, Sarah. It's not polite. Yeah. I just thought, just womp womp. Short and sweet.
I have another short and sweet one. Well, actually, it's a little bit longer, but it gets wordy and useless. So I'm just going to give you the first paragraph, because it's very good. Sydney Opera House. The subject is Best Hits of Opera. And it says, attended the Sydney Opera House, Best Hits of Opera this past Sunday night, and all I have to say is that they should stick to singing opera in English.
Oh, my. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. I don't think it would work out so hot if it was all in English.
Oh, they go on to say, I could not understand the words being sung. Oh, no, sorry. It doesn't say the words being sung. It says the words being sang.
Oh, okay. Even better.
So, stick to English. despite my bad grammar.
I'm impressed that they even opted to see the best of opera.
Yeah.
I think they could have been friends with my next reviewer.
Okay.
This one's for the Pyramids of Giza,
Okay.
and the title is Overrated. And they go on to say, disappointed, was expecting more, and it was hot. Nothing much to see, wish I stayed in the bar at the hotel.
I mean, it's not like they have a special pyramid off to the side that's also a gift shop. Like, it's pyramids. You go, you see the pyramids.
What were they? Okay, they're expecting more. What more? And the fact that it's hot. Yes.
Egypt.
It's gonna be hot. It's a desert.
Ugh,
I wonder...
people.
See, again, I wonder what actually made them happy on this trip, besides the hotel bar, apparently.
Well, the next hotel's bar, and the next bar, and the next bar.
Maybe. I don't know. What you got next?
Okay, there is one more genre that makes me laugh, and that is people who clicked the wrong number of stars.
Oh.
Because I found under the best hits of opera, there's another for the Sydney Opera House that said, good overview. The tour was wonderful. We learned how the opera house was designed and built. The tour guide was very knowledgeable. It was a 1-hour tour that went by too fast, but I would definitely recommend it. 1 star.
Take that, time.
Like, I think they probably meant to give more stars than that. Like, that was a pretty decent, like, yeah, we liked it. 1 star.
But, like, what if they really thought it was good, but only 1 star worthy? What would be, like, 5 stars to them?
You get a manicure and pedicure as you go along, and you're hired a servant to carry your things for you.
How do you get a mani-pedi while you're doing the tour?
Very carefully. You're all getting little jazzies.
Maybe.
And a
Damn.
servant, like, serves you grapes one at a time.
They got some high standards, apparently.
Apparently. Okay, what's your next review?
Okay, so now we're gonna go to Rome, and we're gonna start with the Trevi Fountain. This one's titled, Ridiculously Crowded. Don't bother. It's in a small square with layers of people in the way. Pull it up on Wikipedia and see it that way.
Okay. Sure.
I love like the short and disappointed don't bother ones. I don't know, it cracks me up. I thought the Trevi Fountain was pretty cool.
Haven't been there yet, but I have seen it on Wikipedia, so.
I mean, you know, it's pretty cool on postcards and whatnot too, but it's pretty damn impressive in person. It's just, you gotta be a little patient.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like, since I'm already in the EU and I have a valid visa for the EU, there's so many places I could go where there would not currently be crowds, and then I realize I don't want to die. So, you know, it's a trade-off.
Right. Actually, now would probably be a great time for it, except it'd be 1,000,000 degrees.
This is true.
It's up
Alas.
summertime, I see you.
Yeah, well, as good of an opportunity as it would be to see places where they're at a time when there wouldn't be crowds, I just really, really don't want to get sick, so I'm not going to do it, but it's tempting. Okay, so for my next review, there's another place that is often teeming with people, and that is the Statue of Liberty. This review, so good. The title is Poor Man's Christ the Redeemer.
Oh.
Long queue, as it is every in NYC, which is not, that doesn't make sense. Long queue to get through security, then queue again to get on the boat, got off on Liberty Island, then walked to the statue. Usual tourists just stopped everywhere to take selfies and walk really slow. Went up to the pedestal, okay view of Manhattan. The statue is not as impressive as compared to Christ the Redeemer. I would recommend going there instead. As if you have the option. You're in New York, you're like, meh, well, I mean, we could go to the Statue of Liberty, or we could just take a side trip to Christ the Redeemer in Brazil.
Lady in the dress, dude in the robe. Take your pick. She's got fire, so she's a little cooler.
Yeah, I mean, out of the 2 statues, I'm more interested in seeing the Statue of Liberty. Although I have seen the Statue of Liberty. I'm not
I've
a
seen
big,
neither.
I mean, they're just 2 giant statues. They're pretty similar in that regard.
Nah, one has their arms open, the other one's, you know, tucking in those bingo wings.
I love the idea that someone's like, well, if your options are one or the other, you know, just go to Brazil instead. But those are 2 different trips. Like, they are not people.
Maybe they went to Brazil first, and then they went to New York. Anywho's, back to Rome. We're going to talk about the Colosseum. Mm-hmm. The title of this one is Colosseum's Toilet Problem.
Okay.
There are no toilets in the vicinity of the Colosseum. We stopped at a tourist information center right next to the Colosseum to use bathroom. It's a big information center with small bar and other services. However, only one toilet. It was off season and there was a line for women. To use toilet, you have to purchase token in the bar. Wait in another line. Then, in Colosseum itself, there is a facility with only 7 toilets and huge line to wait. Badly done, Italy.
I mean, the Romans really did show such a lack of forethought by not putting indoor plumbing all around their Colosseum.
Or in it, apparently. I don't know. No. It's a world wonder. And you think there's going to be toilets everywhere?
People.
Come on. Think about when it was built.
I feel like people, before they sit down to write their reviews, never just sit down and think, is my request reasonable?
No, it's not. World Wonder doesn't have toilets.
Unacceptable.
You know which one does have a bunch of toilets, though? The Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Of course.
Toilets every 5 feet. No lines, ever.
People. Like the Gumwall one, I have another review that makes you think, what did you expect? This one is for the Hollywood sign.
Yes.
The subject is, it's a sign.
Good job.
I was not impressed by the sign, though the history of the sign was inspiring, but it's Hollywood, a little more pain, and some better lights would help. I think they mean paint.
No. More pain and suffering. That's how you know it's true art.
Yeah, there's another review. I seem to have not screen capped it for myself, but it said something like, it's just an old real estate sign. Why not tear it down? Like, true, but, it's been there a while. I think they're just gonna keep it now, if you don't mind.
Or just, let more letters fall down until it says something else.
Hollywood.
I mean, that could be fun.
Have you watched BoJack Horseman at all?
Nope.
So the main character is sort of a washed-up 80s sitcom actor who's got drug and alcohol problems, and in one of the episodes, he goes on a bender and steals the D from the Hollywood sign. And from then on out, they just referred to it as Hollywood. But yeah, there were a lot of 1-star reviews for the Hollywood sign. It was just a bunch of people who were like, you can't even get close to it. Have you ever seen anyone ever get close to it? What made you think you could get close to it? It's up on a hill.
It was supposed to be a real estate land. Why can't I be close to it? Why can't I sit in the woo?
Hollywood!
Yeah, I can totally see them just being like, yeah, okay, it's Hollywood now.
It's a very good show. I highly recommend it.
Or Ollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that's fine. My next one is for the Forbidden City in Beijing. This one's titled, It's Not Even Forbidden. It's exposed to everyone. So tired. No, we have to walk long time. It's big. I can't think of a single nice thing to say about it. That's the whole review.
I actually also have one of the Forbidden City.
Yes, what you got?
Honestly, the only part that I saved was the headline because it's so perfect. It just says, should be forbidden again.
I think my reviewer went with your reviewer here. I'm not quite sure what the beginning of this review had to say, except for the fact that it's big and they had to walk a lot, but can't think of a single nice thing about it. I think the headline really summed up their feelings on this one, though.
Mm-hmm. So when I was pulling my reviews, I was inspired by our 20 questions.
Right.
And I pulled up a review of the St. Louis Arch.
What you got?
This is yet another genre. It is person who thinks they know more than everyone else.
Sarah, did you write this?
Not this time. This review is from someone from St. Louis. And the subject is Arch staff rude and no jack squat.
Okay.
And it goes, I love the Gateway Arch. Been going there since I was a small boy. I try to visit every year. Just went a few days ago. You can give this last trip back to the Indians. The Arch staff were 100% horrible. Very rushed, very impatient, and very rude. At the top, I asked one of the staff, female, when the park expansion project was supposed to be completed, and she did not know. I was interested in this ongoing construction project, and obviously the staffer did not do her homework. She wasn't able to answer one question about the project, and I was not quizzing her. I wanted to know about the project. Enjoy my $10. Next time I'll go to the ball game. What a waste of my $10. Newsflash for Arch leadership. Train your employees on manners and basic facts about the Arch, including the expansion project. I tell everyone to go to the Arch. You need to fix this. Today. St. Louis needs to be proud of this important icon.
Wow. That's a lot of anger.
Uh-huh. And why did it needed to be pointed out that the staff member was female?
Yeah. And Human that wrote this, it's $10. Get over it.
Also, what baseball game are you getting into for $10?
That's actually a good point. It's fine if the staff people don't know when the completion of the project's gonna be. They're not the construction crew. It's fine.
Yeah, and you did not specify that this person was, like, a guide of some sort. For all we know, she was just working in the gift shop or something. Like,
they could have also been
down.
brand new to working there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know how, like, asking them all these questions about the construction is not considered quizzing them.
Yeah, so maybe this dude needs to take a little bit of a chill pill.
Mayhaps. That's just so much anger.
Yeah. Newsflash. Oh, shut up. And what was that thing about the Indians? Like, this person needs to stop talking. Just stop.
They also might have written this review for Mount Rushmore. It's just called Terrible. It says, historically, this place don't make sense. Unfinished, small, and not very talented sculpture.
I mean, let's be honest, the one in Richie Ridge was better.
Mount Rushmore?
Mm-hmm.
Unfinished, small. I don't think Mount Rushmore's small.
I mean, it's not as gigantic as you'd think.
But I wouldn't call it small.
No, it's definitely not small.
That's the thing. And not very talented sculpture.
I mean, can you tell who they are?
Nope, no clue. This is Backstreet Boys, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake on the left.
Wrong band.
I know, that's the point.
I mean, I think there are plenty of things you can say about Mount Rushmore and whether or not it should exist, but, I mean, the sculptor might have been an asshole, but it's fine. As a piece of art, okay, maybe it's not fine, it's actually quite terrible, but that's besides the point.
So Backstreet Boys, right?
I think we should have a boy band Mount Rushmore. That's what they should do. They should shave off the Confederate soldiers on Stone Mountain and then put up boy bands.
That's a terrible idea, too. But okay. What you got next?
After I was looking at big landmarks, I started looking at places that have pretty obvious gimmicks that reviewers might not understand. So, the first place I looked for was the Wiener Circle in Chicago. Are you familiar with the Wiener Circle?
I am not familiar with Chicago's Wiener Circle.
So the Wiener Circle is a hot dog stand in Chicago. And if you don't know anything about the Wiener Circle, I highly recommend looking at videos on YouTube or looking for the This American Life episode where they talk to people at the Wiener Circle, because the whole shtick of the Wiener Circle is that they are foul-mouthed, aggressive, and rude.
Chicago.
But, like, that's their whole thing. They are going to swear at you. They're gonna call you a little bitch. Like,
so it's like the diner where the waitresses, like, verbally abuse you?
Yeah, basically. But this one predates most of them.
Can I work there?
I don't think you are aggressive enough.
Well, you don't know. Except I would freeze to death in Chicago in the wintertime. Can I have it as a summer job? No. I'd melt. Spring job.
So the review is, better places for the Chicago hot dog. There are quite a few places that sell authentic Chicago hot dogs. This is not one of them. I prefer authentic Chicago hot dogs without the attitude or political statements. That's their whole thing, buddy.
How did they find them? Did they just go on, like, Yelp and be like, Chicago hot dog places? And that was, like, the #1 hit?
I guess.
Let's go on Yelp. Let's find out now.
There was another review where someone was complaining about how they prepare their hot dogs. I'm like, dude, you don't go there for the food. You go there for the entertainment of being yelled at.
Ooh, it's actually #6.
But yeah, it's pretty entertaining. The This American Life episode where they talk about it is really good.
Huh. There's a 4-star review from someone on Yelp about Wiener Circle, and they were taken aback by the employees being mean and rude, but the lady behind the counter was a complete sweetheart. I don't know how to feel about that at first because I wanted someone to be mean to us. I'm amused. Okay, things to do in Chicago, apparently.
So what's your next review?
My next one I picked mostly because, once again, they screwed up the title of the review. This is for the lava fields in Hawaii, and their headline is that there is no lactose lava flow anywhere in Hawaii at the moment. I'm just thinking like nacho cheese running down everywhere, but the review says, it's posted on the Volcano National Park website and the visitor center, but there is no active lava to see on any of the Hawaiian islands currently. The earthquakes and eruption of 2018 terminated everything.
Yeah, that was kind of sad when we went there. Like, I knew that there wouldn't be, but part of me was like, maybe there'll just be a little? But no.
Yeah, nothing. But I think Hawaii is probably a little happy that they're not having as much lava as they got then.
Well, in that moment, it was really terrible, but the constant little flow that they had was fine.
But also, what's a lactose lava flow? Besides, like, nacho cheese everywhere?
It does kind of feel like something that Taco Bell would dream up.
Also, how did they not notice that it says lactose and not active? How did you mix that up? Where autocorrect put lactose? They nailed active lava in the review, but not in the headline.
Who knows?
I, too, am disappointed that there are no lactose lava flows in Hawaii.
But you're lactose intolerant.
So, I want to see hot cheese everywhere.
Eat the lava.
It's fine. Just want to see it.
Are there enough bathrooms?
No, it's like the Colosseum. There's just not enough.
The lava didn't make its own bathrooms.
Porta potties. Yeah, I just like the headline, really.
So, for my next 2 reviews, I'm going to do both of them. So I was looking at gimmicky tourist destinations, and I thought of the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas.
Oh, gosh.
So if you're not familiar with the Heart Attack Grill, it is a burger place that is hospital themed, and when you come in, they make you wear a hospital gown over your clothing. Your serving staff are nurses. I mean, quote-unquote nurses. Air quotes.
Because, Vegas.
And if you weigh over 300 pounds, you get your meal for free. But
America.
If anyone who does not complete their meal gets taken to the front of the restaurant and spanked by a air quote doctor. So,
America?
Yeah. I feel
America.
like, yes, you could accidentally step in here not knowing what it was, but most people go because they know what the gimmick is. But, oh boy. Okay, this review says, disappointed. Yes, I get the theme. Hospital, nurses, doctors, etc. Very smart and creative. I'll give the owner that. But it's a gimmick. The food tasted better when I went last year. This recent trip, I was disappointed. Shakes are still delicious, but who can go wrong with it? But who can go wrong at making shake? I was also disappointed to learn that my favorite nurses don't work there anymore. I won't be returning.
Okay, just ew.
Yeah.
The fact that they've returned.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I find that problematic.
I do too, and that you have a favorite nurse.
Nurses. Yeah. I mean, in like a place like that where like the gimmick is very gluttonous and fatty, like how would you expect the food to be good?
Yeah, and I find it interesting that a grown adult man would assume that a woman would stay waiting tables at what is essentially like a hypersexualized restaurant.
Yeah.
Duh, she's gonna go as soon as she can, hun.
She's literally there to make money, and that's it.
Yeah. And then we have another review. The title is, Thought It Would Be Great, and they go on to say, lousy experience. Very heterosexual men getting served by a male nurse. Not amused. Couldn't understand the Prince volume voice that he was trying to communicate to us with. Burger was a joke. We won't be back. What does Prince volume voice mean?
I don't know if I want to know. Also,
I have a hunch it's probably a little bit homophobic, but I do like the idea of a group of dudes going into the restaurant thinking they're about to see boobs and being like, what? Our waiter is a man?
Because, newsflash,
sucker.
There are male nurses in the world.
Yep.
Who knew? Not those guys.
Dude.
Yeah. Also, again, ew, no.
Yeah. There were lots and lots of reviews on this restaurant. Like, many of them were talking about how bad the food is and how they were mad that they got called to the front to get spanked. That's what they tell you when you step in the door. Like, I don't know why you're surprised about this, folks.
Because they did not read into what they were actually about.
Yeah. So, honestly, I'd just avoid this restaurant anyway, but the reviews seem to imply you really should avoid it.
Like, big time. I mean, that does not appeal to me whatsoever to begin with.
No. I mean, it's just like medical Hooters, except less respectable than Hooters.
Medical Hooters?
I think we have a name for the episode.
Medical Hooters?
So what you got next?
I got one. Here we go. This one is about the ABBA Museum.
Mm-hmm.
It says, do not visit this museum. And it's in quotes. It says, very disappointing. It was tacky. Also in quotes. Not worth the entrance price. I would be surprised if ABBA really do endorse this museum. It's ABBA. It's like disco? Did they count as disco?
I think it's more just straight up Europop.
Pop disco? I don't know. How is that not going to be tacky?
Of course it is. I mean, it's ABBA. That was anybody known for their sequins and spandex. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tacky.
And how you're the dancing queen.
Young and sweet. Only 17.
But you can dance.
You can drive.
That person was not having the time of their life. Oh, ABBA Museum. I almost forgot about you, ABBA Museum. The people that responded to, like, these are very nice.
The patience that these people have to have in order to respond to these inane reviews is just so impressive.
Yeah, they even wrote to this very short and very disappointing review, "We hope you will come back to visit us again in the future to see how we've improved since your last visit." They're not coming back.
Your favorite nurses might not be there. Just forewarning.
Yeah, they will not be there. All right, what you got next?
Okay, well, I have... Okay, so this one is a review of Nara Park, which is the park in Japan which is famous for having their super friendly deer that'll eat out of your hands and, like, bow to you and all that cute stuff. And the title is...
I don't think I had any deer bow to me.
I saw them do it to other people. We just didn't attempt it because we don't bow.
They were hungry, hungry hippos.
Yes. Yes, they were.
All right, what's the title of this one?
Very aggressive deer. This person goes on to say, "The deer here were very aggressive towards my children. They kept ramming them and knocking them down. One knocked my 3-year-old son by the nub of a horn. They had already dehorned these creatures. They don't dehorn them. And flung him through the air like a football. I hope that my children aren't traumatized from this experience, and I will be having them evaluated by a therapist for PTSD upon their return to the States."
Oh, shit. I did this wrong.
Have you been evaluated yet for PTSD?
No, I didn't even think that I would need to be.
When I first read this, I thought they'd say, like, have them evaluated for a concussion or something like that.
The kid can be concussed. That's fine. God forbid they have a fear of deer growing up.
The 3-year-old's not going to remember it.
No. And for those who don't know, or if we didn't quite tell it in this podcast, when Sarah and I went to Japan, we did go to Nara to feed the deer, because, you know, deer. It's cute. It's Bambi. But his Japanese cousin. And one of the deer was very upset that I was not paying attention and feeding it, so it took a little nibble on my arm, which turned out to be a pretty solid bruise for, like, the rest of the trip.
But did you get flung by, like, a football?
No. But that deer was, I mean, it was a bit more aggressive than its friends, but it wanted the damn cookie. Oh, I'm sorry,
Polly
deer
want
biscuit?
a cracker? Polly want a cracker? Yes. Polly do want a cracker.
Yeah, it's all fine and dandy when they nibble on, like, the ends of your jacket, but they can get you pretty good. It's a pretty solid bruise.
Yeah, it's one of those activities where you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. You know?
It's a buyer beware. They are wild animals.
Yep.
I'm not mad.
That is a big leap from my kid got knocked over to we will be having him evaluated for PTSD.
The 3-year-old.
Yeah, who's not going to remember in a few weeks anyway.
No. And I'm going to guess that they're being very dramatic in saying that it was punted like a football.
I also like that they said they had already dehorned these creatures. They don't cut their horns off. They shed.
Nope.
Or it was a young one who hadn't grown them yet. It was just coming in.
People. All right. This is my last one. And this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's about the Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen. Mm-hmm. And it's titled, "Don't Bother." It's in all the tourist brochures and people feel compelled to flock to this silly object. Even if you're a die-hard H.C. Andersen fan, it's still a waste of time. The stinky little sculpture isn't even at all well crafted and so tiny it feels like they ran out of bronze at the factory. I just love so much. They call it a stinky little sculpture.
I mean, is it the most breathtaking sculpture in the world?
Nope.
No. But is it stinky and little? No.
Maybe? I don't think
it's
she's
not
stinky.
little.
I don't know. No, she's a decent size.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely larger than life. It's just because she's off in a distance a little bit and up on a rock, you can't get a 1-by-1 comparison to a normal-sized human.
But apparently they ran out of bronze.
Must have. No, I think the runoff from her bronze is what they used to make the genetically modified Little Mermaid statue that's on the other side.
Which I'm sure would also be called a stinky little mutant sculpture.
I kind of like that one more. She's fun.
But I feel like you have to see the original to truly appreciate her genetically modified cousin.
Which, if you are not familiar, is an actual thing. Someone made a sculpture that's supposed to be the Little Mermaid, but genetically modified, so she's a little bit mutated. Sorry, the dog just jumped over me.
I saw. I don't know.
Yeah.
A review like that would make me want to see the stinky little thing even more.
Well,
How
you are an odd
stinky is
duck.
stinky.
Everyone's a critic, aren't they?
They just don't appreciate the arts.
I think the problem with platforms like TripAdvisor and Yelp is that it makes everyone think that their opinion's valid.
Or that they're the end-all, be-all in travel advice
Yeah.
reviews.
I mean, that coming from us is pretty rich, but
I'm not the end-all, be-all. I'm just one view of things that I like to feel is entertaining, at least.
Yeah, well, I have one last review, and this one's just, it leaves me with questions. And it is...
Don't most of these.
It is a review of the Reichstag building in Berlin, which is like the German Capitol building. The headline is horribly ugly and chilling.
Wow.
They go on to say, it's impressive, but very ugly, and the surroundings are truly chilling. Monumental buildings, exuding authoritarian zeal. I love Berlin. The Reichstag should have been left as a ruin. Instead, it is some sort of EU version of the original. I realize this is a very unpopular view, but as a democracy dies, it is important to be honest about it.
What the heck?
I'm going to say this person voted for Brexit. Oh, they're British, by the way.
It became a very political review. Oh,
Also, we've been to the Reichstag. It's surrounded by a very lovely forest.
Forest Park thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
I didn't think it was an ugly building. I thought it was pretty cool. Because they had that big
I
old
think-
glass dome part, right?
Exactly. Because the building
Yeah.
had been bombed during the war, so they rebuilt the dome glass as sort of a metaphor for transparency in politics.
Or those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Or that. But it's really interesting because you can go into the dome and look down on the parliamentary proceedings. So, I don't know. I like it. But sure, it's horribly ugly and chilling, if you say so. Doris. I feel like with a name like Doris, you probably don't like a lot of things.
I was gonna say, she sounds like maybe she's salty about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're all entitled to your opinions. Just makes more laugh and entertainment for us.
I guess. So, that is our first 1-star review episode. I have a feeling we can probably come up with enough to make a lot of episodes on that. But first, for now.
We'll ease you into it. It might break your heart about certain places.
Keep having bad opinions and we'll keep putting these out.
Along with our own bad opinions.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that wraps us up for this week. Join us next week where we probably are going to finish off the list of things to ask a traveler.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's fun and amusing.
If you come across any really good 1-star reviews, feel free to send them to us because that shit's hilarious.
We love to love bad things. Mostly bad reviews. And just remember, it's an adventure.
So, maybe keep some of your opinions to yourself.
No, get on that Yelp and write that angry review. Just be nice about the staff. It's not their fault.
Yeah. People
Or
is
don't,
people.
and we'll mock you for it.
Exactly.
Either way, it's a win.
Except for the person you're bothering.
Yeah. It's okay, we'll build them back up.
Yeah.
That gal at the park, you are an awesome employee, and you know what you're doing. This person's just angry.
Don't let the dicks get you down.
I like
especially that guy.
I like that.
Okay.
Bye!
Bye!
Hey everyone, thanks again for listening to another episode of Seattle to Unknown. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and subscribe so you never miss a thing. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest under C2Unknown. That's SEATO Unknown. Or you can check us out on our website, www.c2unknown.com. Want to know what we do on our off time? You can find both Sarah and I on Twitter and Instagram. Sarah is at SAR_S, and I'm at Hooligan Monster on both. We would also love to hear from you. Send us an email with your stories and travel tips to cetounknown@gmail.com. Until then, it's an adventure. Bye!